Alright, so let's go over these chapter 154 spoilers. Fushiguro and Panda meet up. So in the previous chapter, Yuji and Megumi decided to head out to Hikari's underground fight club gambling syndicate in an attempt to meet up with Hikari to recruit him for the culling game. And when they got there, only Yuji was allowed to participate in the fighting tournament. So that left Megumi to kind of go around and scout and collect information and stuff. And while Yuji was in the tournament, randomly Panda showed up and fought against Yuji and then threw the fight to him. And that gained the attention of Hikari, and I guess now Panda is meeting up with Megumi after he was done like his reconnaissance. They run into Kirara and start to fight her. Okay, well that escalated quickly. So Kirara is Hikari's girlfriend. She was revealed in the previous chapter along with him. And we also know that she's a third year from Jujutsu High as well. But that was pretty much all the information that we got on her. But apparently her curse technique is revealed. Think of it more like magnets. That's super interesting. We were speculating in the previous chapter that maybe her curse technique had something to do with stars because her pupils appear to be like star-like and her name means beautiful star or something like that. But no, turns out it's magnets. You know, how did they work? But this could be similar to like maybe Gojo's blue technique. Instead of her turning points into like vacuums, maybe she could turn them into like magnets or just make them magnetic. So you get pulled to that point just like with Gojo's blue. But instead with her, it's like a magnetic pull and then you just get stuck at that point. I think that would be pretty cool and kind of different, I guess. In the previous chapter, Panda said that she was trouble, so I'm assuming she's, you know, somewhat formidable. So I wouldn't be surprised if her curse technique wasn't too shabby. Next chapter will be about Yuji meeting Hikari. Okay, so that's not happening in this chapter. I guess the majority of it is going to comprise Kirara fighting Megumi and Panda. And then maybe, you know, we see Yuji leading up to meeting Hikari, and then maybe the final panel is him like about to, you know, come face to face with him or something. It's fine, but we're gonna have to wait an additional week because Jump's gonna be on break next week, so yeah, but I'm really curious to see how Hikari is going to react to Yuji, and I wonder if we're going to get another false memory sequence, which turns out to not be false memories after all, but probably not. I don't think Hikari is included in this whole Choso, Todo bloodline thing. There's a special page where Momo, Tengen, Choso, Gojo, Yuji, and Todo will be depicted with weird faces. It's a funny face competition. So that's nice, I guess. But Tengen in this? Curious to see where that goes. So now we've got the leaker Q&A. Why are Megumi and Panda found by Kirara? After guiding Yuji to Hikari, Kirara went out. She found Megumi and Panda where there's no place to hide. So that's new information. Kirara personally guides Yuji to Hikari. And then after that, I guess she found them in the open? Is there a fight scene between Kirara against Panda and Megumi? Yes, they fight. Now we knew this much. Didn't Megumi hide in the shadow? There was no shadow available. He's talking about what we saw Megumi do in the previous chapter. When he was on reconnaissance, he was using like this shadow ability to disguise himself. But apparently there's no shadow available here, so Kirara finds it. Kirara's curse technique may have something to do with magnetic. There are 2 marks on her head flickering. Okay, that's an interesting development. I don't think we saw any marks on her head. And also because her bangs are down, so maybe once they come up, she has like these marks on her head possibly. And maybe it has something to do with her curse technique. Divine Dog is summoned, but the Divine Dog, which has the same mark as Kirara, returns back and doesn't want to go away from Megumi. Whoa, that's weird. So I guess she has like the 3 connected dots. It's really strange. So the Shikigamis that Megumi summons through the 10 Shadows techniques all have like markings on their body somewhere. And these markings line up with the 10 sacred treasures, which I think come from Buddhism or Hinduism. So Kirara having the same mark is confusing. So does that mean she herself is a Shikigami? I don't think so, because that's not how it works, right? Or is she one of the 10 sacred treasures? Or she has some kind of ability that wards off Shikigamis? Are you saying the divine dog is disobeying orders and refusing to leave Megumi? She thinks Hikari might be in danger and tries to call him, but the divine dog leaps at her and knocks the phone out of her hands. But I think right before it can attack her, it's pulled back in front of Megumi. Okay, so I guess that explains it. It's her magnet curse technique. She like had the divine dog stick to Megumi, I guess, but still doesn't explain the marking on her head and why it's the same as the divine dog. Did Kirara never meet Megumi and Yuji at Jujutsu Tech? She knows Panda since Panda is with/guiding them. Then she can infer Megumi and Yuji are also Jujutsu Tech students. Now I'm wondering if Kirara has the same mark as the dog, or maybe it's different, and maybe, like I said before, it has something to do with her curse technique. Maybe it indicates what she's doing with her abilities, possibly. But first, this video is sponsored by the Listen But Don't podcast. Here's a clip from the show. Check them out.
Gosh, man, this song makes me just... Gosh, I don't feel patriotic when we play that song.
Well, yeah, it's whatever song. It doesn't make it. It's not even...
If I became president, I'd be like, "Don't you play that? You better play."
I learned the Star Spangled Banner on guitar one time. It was pretty cool. It's a cool.
The Jimi Hendrix version.
I did my version. I just did the basic version. He just does it with the notes, and I did the same thing, but in my own way. So
yeah, no one could wait in Houston on that.
Yeah, we'll sing it. Yeah, of course. But I mean, I'm talking about the guitar.
Oh, okay. Oh, of course, yeah. Your guitar can't be remastered. Sing it. You know that, right?
I mean, I never really listen to Whitney Houston, to be honest with you. I know she's a great singer, but I haven't really listened to her. Couldn't even tell you a song of hers.
Yeah, you can.
I'm not, I couldn't even tell you a song of hers.
So thank you again to the Listen But Don't podcast. Links are in the description. Check them out. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the spoilers, and unfortunately, still getting no updates on what Hikari's curse technique could be yet. I guess that's going to be the big reveal in the next chapter, right? If anybody has some updated theories or improved theories, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear the Hikari curse technique theories that make sense. But yeah, let me know what you think about this chapter. What do you think is going to happen between Panda, Megumi, and Kirara? Do you think that's going to be wrapped up in the next chapter too, possibly, because it's all just a giant misunderstanding at this point? Because I'm assuming that she's eventually going to be allies to them, or at least I hope so. But yeah, let me know. And if you liked the video, guys, please give it a like and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.